Welcome back, dear students. So today we'll again continue with the chapter on squares and square root. Okay, so I'm taking question number 3, sub number 1 for the day, which says find the smallest number by which 2592 be multiplied so that the product is a perfect square. Okay, so this question or this kind of question is very important. Okay, so you have to find a number which should be multiplied to this so that your result becomes a perfect square. That means if you find the factors of this, there will be one number whose pair cannot be formed. Okay, that's what is the meaning of this. Okay, so that's why you cannot find the square root of this particular number. Okay, so let's see whether we can get that odd number out or not. Okay, so let me factorize. So if you divide this by 2, you get 1296. Again, you divide this by 2, you get 648. Divide this by 2, you get 324. Again, do the same. Okay, and if you see this way, your factorization ends here. Okay, that means what did I see? We saw that there are how many 2? 1 2 3 4 5. So there are 5 2's and how many 3's? 1 2 3 4. So there are 4 3's. Now when you find the square root, what do we need to do? We need to form the pair. So I have made the pair here. Here also I have made the pair, but for this 2 there is no pair. Okay, so this is odd one for me. So here these two together can be kept this way and these two together can be kept this way. So basically there are how many pairs? There are 1 2 3 4. So there are 4 pairs and there is one number which is single, isn't it? Now imagine if I give one more 2 to this number, then what happens? We will be able to form the pair, isn't it? So basically what am I going to do is I'm going to multiply this particular number by this particular single one, that is number 2, so that my result becomes a perfect square. Because if I multiply this entire thing by 2, I'll be able to form pair for this particular number. So that's why we say after multiplying we get a perfect square. Okay, so on grouping the prime factors of this as shown, one factor, that is 2, is left which cannot be paired with equal factor, as you all know. So that's why the given number, that is 2592, must be multiplied by 2 to make the given number a perfect square. Okay, so pause the video and note down your solution. Okay, so here we have question number 4, which is again a similar kind of problem where instead of multiplication you need to divide. Okay, so you need to find a number which should be divided, which should divide this particular number so that your result is the perfect square. Okay, so let's see how to do this. So again, as usual, you need to factorize this. So when you factorize, you get the prime factors to be these. Okay, so I'm not explaining here because as of now you should be comfortable for finding the factors. Okay, so we found the factors. So how many 2's are there? Let's count. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 2's are there, and how many 3's? 1 2 3 4. So there are 4 3's. So if you form the pair, so you see there are 1 2 3 pairs of 2 and 1 is single, and we have got 2 pairs of 3's. Okay, so that means this is the odd one here, isn't it? So if I want to remove this, I need to divide this entire thing by 2, right? So that 2 and 2 gets cancelled and we get only the paired numbers. Okay, so that's why we say that this number, if you want to make it a perfect square, you have to divide it by this particular number, that is 2. Okay, now question says also find the square root of the resulting number. That means when you divide this by 2, when you divide this particular number by 2, you need to find the square root of that number. That is, divide this by 2 and find its square root. Okay, so you see the factors of this can be written in this way, isn't it? from this. So see, 2 and 2 gets cancelled, isn't it? So instead of these two, I'll write only 1 2. Instead of these two, I'll write only 1 2. Instead of these two, I'll write only 1 2. This and this gets cancelled. So instead of these three, I'll write only 1 3. Instead of these two threes, I'll write only 1 3. So in that case, we see out of 6 2's, I have written 3 2's, and out of 4 3's, I have written just 2. So multiply them, it turns out to be 72. That means the square root of the resulting number after division will be 72. Okay, so that's all for the day. You may pause the video and note down your solution. So your homework is on the screen. That is question number 3, sub number 2 only. Okay, so with this we close. Thank you very much.